In May of 2024, a Beijing-based educator named Jiang Xueqin recorded a lecture for a quiet YouTube channel called Predictive History. In it, he laid out 3 highly specific geopolitical predictions for the years ahead. When he hit record, the current administration was firmly in power. At that moment, a volatile shift in leadership and a direct, full-scale war with Iran seemed distant and improbable to the foreign policy establishment. Jiang approached these forecasts as a Yale-educated English major turned school reformer. He was a thinker operating from the intersection of Western philosophy and Chinese academic strategy. What began as an ignored academic exercise evolved into a terrifyingly accurate geopolitical roadmap of the decade. The first prediction materialized when Donald Trump successfully reclaimed the U.S. presidency. The second followed shortly after, the outbreak of a direct military conflict between the United States and Iran. This chart tracks the sudden explosion of Jiang's viewership. As his prophecies aligned with reality, his channel gained over 1 million subscribers, earning him the viral moniker, China's Nostradamus. But his third prediction remains unresolved. He warns that the United States will ultimately lose this war, triggering a shift toward multipolarity and the collapse of the American empire. The world's current obsession with Jiang stems from the dread that his final prophecy is currently underway. Jiang explicitly rejects mysticism. His model relies on the cold mathematics of historical materialism and game theory to calculate the trajectory of imperial power. His primary historical parallel is the Athenian naval expedition against Sicily in 415 BCE. It is the classic case study of a superpower's reach exceeding its grasp. Athens launched an ambitious campaign that collapsed under the weight of stretched supply lines and overconfident assumptions. They didn't lose in a single moment. They were consumed by attrition. Jiang argues that empires die when their global commitments systematically outpace their industrial throughput, the actual capacity of a nation to manufacture the tools of war. History shows that decline is often the result of extending complex logistical networks into foreign quagmires that can no longer be sustained. This analysis critiques a U.S. military-industrial complex built for Cold War muscle flexing. It is a system designed for high-tech sophistication, not the economic attrition of the 21st century. This scale weighs a single U.S. interceptor missile against a swarm of cheap drones. The interceptor costs $1 million. The drones cost $50,000. For 20 years, Iran has planned for this imbalance, aiming to drain American stockpiles faster than they can be replaced. These mass-produced, low-cost drone capabilities are the tools of that exhaustion strategy. The United States is caught in an economic bleeding out, where every tactical victory in the sky accelerates a strategic financial defeat. Jiang contends that air superiority cannot achieve the ultimate goal of regime change. Eventually, the math forces the deployment of ground troops. Any ground invasion must confront this terrain. These mountainous regions are designed to sever supply lines and isolate advancing forces almost instantly. But the pressure to escalate is immense. To protect the petrodollar and Gulf allies, the U.S. is pushed toward a ground war despite geographic risks. This leads to the final stage of the trap, encountering a unified resistance that turns an invasion into a massive, unsolvable hostage crisis. The Iran trap operates as a calculated game theory scenario, where the U.S. is forced to make choices that lead toward its own systemic collapse. Looking closer, we find a thinker with no formal degrees in statistics or history. Jiang has a track record of promoting fringe conspiracy theories and numerology on his channel. Many analysts view his content as sophisticated, CCP-aligned soft power, rather than objective geopolitical research. His lectures can be seen as a drip of civilizational pessimism, designed to demoralize Western audiences and normalize the idea of American defeat. Yet the material reality remains. The mechanisms of supply chain overextension that Jiang highlighted are currently playing out in the Middle East. The critical window for his final prediction, the collapse under the weight of a prolonged ground war, is actively open between 2026 and 2028. The math of imperial decline does not care about Jiang's credentials. The world is about to find out if his final equation balances.